everyone, and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment you made?
I got some bars to these.
Run, Ryan.
Right.
And everything have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome, fellas. Welcome to All In, All United. Now, Ole, we getting into it, right? We can get into everything one time. And I want to start off, right? Now, Ole, know my thoughts on Ten Hag, right? And to some extent, I used to want to give him a little bly. And Nico Gono, right? I used to want to give him a little bly, because of the lack of quality that we had in this squad. The McTominays of this world, the Sakas and them fellas and them, right? But that is not my excuse. That is not an excuse anymore, right? I think we have some very good players now. I think we've improved the squad. I mean, I'm not saying that we have a Premier League winning squad. I know what I'm saying. But it's a plenty better team, right? I think we made some good signs, right? So, Alia, is it that Ten Hag is the one failing or the players failing the manager? That's what I want to know, right? Because I'm trying to make sense out of what I'm seeing, and it's like I'm coming back straight around to the starting point, right? The chicken or the egg. That's the kind of scenario I find myself in, right? So I want to know. I run through different scenarios in my head to see what, and I want to hear from Ole because we just bring some sense out of each other, right? So I want to know, is it that Ten Hag failing or the players failing Ten Hag? How are they going?
Hey, good night. Good night. Yeah, as Reem say, we getting into it one time. I mean, so who I know, wherever Ten Hag used to sell, I used to drink, right? Yeah, the two, man. Used to sell, I used to drink, right? And so I was always trying to be the eternal optimist, saying, well, looking for excuses. Well, boy, they not a proper structure in place, you know what I mean? And, give him a little chance. We need a few players, the borders in a mess, all the fanciness, right? But now I'm struggling. Because I think it now it's down to tactics. I think a lot of it now down to tactics. As much as we would want to blame the players, but I'm not seeing enough solutions on the field to absolve the players, right? Because you're seeing the players being placed in a position where, the players had to take blame. 100% they had to take blame, right? And especially if you're talking about today, the errors Casemiro take he around too long not to be able to, navigate some of the difficult positions he found himself in, and unnecessarily so as well. But what I am also not seeing is solutions for the players now. And I think that had to come from tactics, because a lot of times today the players had no option, they had no choice, they was under pressure, looking headless, and to me that had to come from coaching. So I just started it off like that, and I'm thinking that Ten Hag now had to sort of take some blame because we only looking like we are a cup team, and we not built or we not coached to handle the rigors of a Premier League season.
Well, before anybody else go, I just want to say something quick, and we could go ahead, right? I just want, because I've been asking this question all day. Well, as a matter of fact, I've been asking it all season since last season. and nobody want to answer me. So maybe somebody with more footballing knowledge could answer me one thing. What is the type of football we are trying to play? Because there's about 20 teams in this league, right? Give or take, yeah? And I sure at least 15 of them teams, we could say, them just play this style of football.
Try
Them
19.
just play that.
Try 19.
Yeah, 19. We could, but of all them teams, the one team we don't support, we have no freaking idea. So I want somebody by the end of the podcast tell me so I could be able to understand this team. Because you see me, I real good. My apologies. We could proceed. So that's something to think about. Paul, and let me know.
Let me
But
let me
that's not anything to think about.
let me answer Chef. Let me answer Chef. The style of play we have is nobody can get injured. You know, that's our style of football. Once Mount get injured, we can't press, everything fall apart. You know, if Shaw get injured, everything fall apart. I mean, like we play a system where I think we said this last time, where if one person gets hurt, it don't work. You know, it's that kind of system. You know, you look at today, like we couldn't press for nothing because Mount was he poor self, you know, he poor injury, poor self, couldn't run around and pressure the ball. So we can pressure nothing. And you saw that, you know, our midfield got torn apart because, you know, we don't have a real CDM, you know, and without Mount up there running his legs off, you know, literally, you know, or figuratively, I should say, you know, we couldn't pressure them for us to, you know, stop their attack. Aria Casemiro, who we all know could play, can't really do that role anymore, run around, trying to do it, you know, and to what Karim was saying, you know, what bugs us, you know, I think they could see it too. Like I was watching this game, I was trying, you know, send, you know, notes to Karim like what was going on. Like, here's what's going on. And you're seeing things happen in that game. You see the mistakes happen. You see the goal score that, you know, wasn't, you know, got taken away because of the offside. And you see things going bad. And the manager that was talking all that mess, you know, before the game and after the game, even sideline saying nothing, speechless. He didn't change nothing. So I want to know how, you know, we can support a coach that watches this nonsense goes down. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing what's going to happen and changes nothing. Like, how can we support Ten Hag? You know, when we as fans seeing this team losing, the warning shot was a goal that was happy call back was us. How can we support Ten Hag when he can't speak up in the game when we need him to speak up? So, I mean, this system we have, we need everybody fit and in dialed in. And you can't have a system like that. I don't know the type of possession you need, kind of players you need to run a system we don't have. And we ain't getting, you know, we talk about midfielders. You know, I'm not going long, but like all these issues, it's not things that creep up on us today. It's stuff we've seen for the last 2 years that we haven't corrected. So what kind of system we have? Well, one that doesn't work or can't work. I don't know.
So is it that, right? I always want to understand, right? And I mean, thanks Nikwan and Simeon for jumping in as well. The team, the players failing the manager, or the manager failing? I want to know.
It's a bit of both. we saw how it's almost like reminiscent of under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where we had a midfield like a donut, nothing in the middle, nothing in the middle today, and we all know what happened to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ryan Graffenberch ran through us today. He had a field day with Manu. He had a field day with Casemiro. And as Chef said or asked 5 minutes ago, you can't really identify the style of play that Manchester United is looking to implement going forward this season. This is This is Ten Hag going into his third season, and we saw moments and glimpses of it in the first season. We saw some of it in the second season, but that's just it. We just saw some of it. Why are we playing? Why are we playing in moments? We are probably the only club where the fans will clip up Ten Hag ball. You won't see Arsenal, you won't see City, you won't see Liverpool clipping up Arteta and Klopp ball and Pep ball because it's something they're accustomed to already, right? Why do we as a fan base have to do clips of Ten Hag ball and Ole ball? It's all moments FC, right? I must say something because in terms of our midfield, Ugarte, you're going straight in the starting lineup. You're going straight into the starting lineup to start next to Kobe Manu. I saw Kobe Manu and Alessandro Martinez had their work cut out for them today. Why? Because Casemiro and Bruno are giving football too much. So when they give away the football too much, they are two players that are too lazy to track back. Dalot was not his best today. Dalot would spring forward, right? So when Casemiro or Bruno give away the football, you know who got to cover Casemiro. You know who got to cover
So
Casemiro.
you're blaming Dallo for that?
But wait, no, wait, no, wait. Let me explain before you jump in. When Dalot goes up the field, he's leaving the left side exposed, right? So when Casemiro gives away the football or Bruno gives away the football, now Kobe Manu got to trap back. Now Alessandro Martinez got to go to the left to cover Dalot's part, which means that Matthias De Ligt got to shift further to the left to cover Martinez, and that's how the first goal scored. Because
So you're blaming. Exactly. You can't blame Dallo for that.
no. This is me explaining why
Okay.
part of the blame is to go between players and manager, right? Because Liverpool, City, Arsenal, whenever one of their players give away the ball, there's at least one player to at least cover for that mistake, right? I've seen from Arsenal when Zinchenko gives away the football, the likes of Partey and Declan Rice will cover him, right? City, Liverpool, same thing with their respective players, right? But we have no players to cover when our players give away the mistake, right? Because it's almost like when we give away the football, our players' heads go down. It goes down, right? And now Liverpool, you tell yourself, Liverpool did not even get out of second gear today because it was 3 mistakes. Casemiro playing the fool, and so did Kobe Manu. Kobe Manu, you got to get called out today. You're one of my favorite up and coming players, but you got to get called out today because it was too much time. It was too much time on the ball. Even when Collier came on and tried the thing, there was times that Collier had too much time on the ball, and then you see 3 Liverpool players shutting him down. It's almost like where are the options in our midfield to pass to? Donut FC, middle, nothing.
But whose fault is that? Like, my thing is, it's all Ten Hag's.
I totally agree.
Where the solutions?
But there's no solution. It's almost like Ten Hag is telling. It's almost like Ten Hag is telling himself, "I only have a plan A, and if my plan A doesn't work, I can still go and do plan A again." That's what Ten Hag is telling the fans, right? Ten Hag does not trust his plan B, and I don't know what plan B is. I don't know what plan B is. I honestly don't.
Yeah, it's funny because like they were showing at halftime on NBC. They were showing like how Liverpool changed how they play, so that like Ali Flood had like a system to where even if they lost the ball in like attacking situation, always had a system where they had like always like three back plus 2, and they always showed you whatever formation or whatever part of the play they had. There was always like 3 players back to cover counterattack, so that even though they're not playing as gun ho as they used to, they always had a backup plan to stop our counterattacks. And we on the other hand have all our security up the field, and we asking Casemiro to take any ball. We asking Garnacho on the wing to take any ball. We're asking everybody to be extra, careful with the ball. But we don't have those players, and we don't have those passes. So when we lose the ball, like Phil said, there's no plan B. And I mean, and what scares me now is like Martinez, who has been sound, I praise him all the time. He making mistakes now. We have,
Even he give many football as well too.
yeah. I mean, yeah. And you look at our team. It's like we can't sign Kareem this week. Like we at a point where every signing we have has to work. We have, we how it was to get rid of all those players this transfer market. How hard, amount of money we lost getting rid of players this transfer market. Every player we sign now has to work because we can't afford to replace players. Casemiro is our most highest paid player. Behind him is who?
I thought it was Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Rashford. The players we have making all the money is the players who ain't really performing. And you look at Shaw, who making a lot of, these guys are on contracts. Bruno, who will show up sometimes, but not this season really yet. These guys have to work. The guys that Ten Hag sign have to work because it ain't looking pretty right now.
But all depends on what you define as work. You can either work and run around like a headless chicken, or you can work smart, right? And that's what our team isn't doing right now. We're not working smart.
Yeah. JP, let me get in on it now. Go through.
Yeah, I've seen people saying that some people being reactive by calling out Ten Hag. But the reality is we went through a season where if Ten Hag didn't win the FA Cup, we're not sure if he would have been here because the season was so poor. So as fans, I think what we want to see from the start of this season is something positive. And as Phil was mentioning, where Dallo was, even for one of the goals where Mazwari was higher up the pitch and he couldn't get back. This is what we were seeing last season. We were seeing that the wing backs were going too far forward, too early in the play. So when we lose the ball in the midfield, they don't have enough time to recover to come and help out the centre backs. And we're seeing the same thing happening now this season. So who you have to put that on? That has to be the manager who is telling them, as soon as we get in football, or they start to run forward. And again, there's another reason why we do have options in the midfield, and the midfielders making poor choices in their passes. Because when Liverpool pressing us high up the field, and our wing backs already crossed the half line, Casemiro looking for Kobe. Kobe had 2-3 men around him waiting. He didn't pick out a proper pass. Liverpool have 4 players up already. They get the ball, the counter on, they score. And that's what happened 3 times today.
Yeah.
The manager did
JP,
nothing to change it.
if I could just jump in there, right? And the thing about it, I hear you say Liverpool were pressing. I don't think they were even pressing. They sat in a mid block and they block out all
they had
Liverpool in their first season under Klopp, and probably maybe into their second season, used to be a lot of like gung ho pressing, right?
They wasn't even doing that.
But here's the thing,
they were just marking the passing lanes.
Yeah,
They were marking the passing lanes.
In the first season under Klopp, and I think it was prior Klopp. Who was Klopp? Prior Klopp, Brendan Rodgers. I can't remember, but Klopp in his first season had the guys pressing a lot. They used to lose matches, but you can at least see there was some style of play that Liverpool wanted to implement. I can't say that with Manchester United. Ten Hag in his first season claimed that the way his style of play is this with the wing backs. The wing backs will add as extra midfielders. That's what Ten Hag claims, right? So clearly, whoever is in the double pivot will have help from the wing backs. So that means it's technically kind of 4 in midfield, but it's only on the offense. On the defense, they just go back to their regular positions, right? And I have not seen any of that in the last 20 games.
Unmute, Chef.
Yeah, I'm gonna get yourself, Chef. Yeah.
Sorry. those, just to go back to what you all were saying, those mistakes that Casemiro and Kobe made, it was simple blocking off the passing lane. It wasn't actual pressing.
Mhm.
You know who was getting press? The youth man, Colby. Well, Colby, however you pronounce his name. It was that was pressing him.
Who
Oh God, the center midfielder, the youth man.
who come on second half?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Collier, okay.
Collier. He was getting press. Them fellas and them had way. We just always say we just give as well as we just take away. I was disappointed in Kobe Mino today.
Correct.
Another line today was to me one of his poorest games. I was disappointed.
I think some of the players like they still hang over from the Euros. But again, most players in the Premier League was in the Euros.
But I know when I'm saying that, Nico, we're the only team have players hang over. And once most of we team was scrubbing the real bench.
No, but we giving Kobe too much to do too.
You understand?
But this is it. Because we have no ball progressors. Casemiro don't progress the ball, right? Kobe is the only one progressing the ball because Bruno's the next one.
Only one willing to take the ball. So you like, want you take the ball, pivot, and face up and say, none of we players is sorry, Kobe Mino and Ahmad.
Yeah.
That is the only two players.
The white players is trying to.
No, but we talk about we talking about midfield. We talking about midfield.
Midfield.
We need at least two players to progress the football.
Correct.
All of our players, all of our midfielders, bar Kobe Manu, always look for this.
Coward. Football. And these are, listen, Reem, I tell you only because I have respect for you. I come on here tonight, you know. Dan, I off that Ten Hag. Men saying that we're too early and it's knee jerk thing. And I want all you realize. See the fellas on this podcast, I can talk for us. We're not just watching the first two games. We've men does examine this Manchester United. And if I want a Manchester United fan, be honest, right? We watched the end of last season.
The whole season last season.
We watched the pre-season.
Whole season last season.
No. Understand where I'm coming from. So we watched the last couple of months of last season. We watched the pre-season. And we watched the first 3 games of the season. All you could show me any set of improvement. Anything. I want somebody to tell me where to see improvement. And this is the reason why people are ready to kill off Ten Hag. Done. So first thing first, to win the league, the minimum you could lose is 5 games. Minimum. We don't even talk to be in the top 4. Then we don't lose 2 games of the season. So what men telling me? We're gonna improve the transfer window closed. So it didn't have players to come. So we had to go with who we have. And I want to make a point. You see this reliance on one player thing? That mad thing, eh? So
I agree. Ugarte coming and with
and turn into Clark Kent and make the whole other 10 men and everything will not change. And so if men expect, I personally think if men expecting different, then they're mad.
Especially Chef, when you consider the type of player Ugarte is.
Yeah.
He is not like a deep lying kind of playmaker. Like he's not press resistant. He's a bulldog. He can run around and 3 frame. He's just
when the ball passes to whoever in front.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's a younger version of Casemiro.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the thing about it, and I am very fearful that a few yellow cards and red cards go calm him down.
Same here.
You understand? And he
same here.
Ineffective.
Yeah.
Because what he offering and his qualities don't get calm down with some cards.
And let me throw something into that too. God forbid he gets injured. What we gonna do? Not be right back to square one because apparently we don't have a plan B, C, or D. So all we have is a plan A, and the plan A is shit as it is. So I know. So that means, and this is why Simeon, Phil, all of us here saying you had to the manager. We just try to defend them. God knows we just try to get Ten Hag the blind because we saying you don't have quality. But bro, what are you doing in training?
And what killing men now? What killing men now is we are the next most successful team in England.
I come
We are
to
the only.
that. But hear this, right? Hear this, right?
It getting frustrating here in that.
Hear this, right? I want
no shame, boy.
I want to say something. I want to say something to just my thoughts on the question with regard to who responsible. Is it Ten Hag failing or the team failing? And I agree with the way how Phil saw it. Both had to take responsibility, but I figure it's kind of 70 on the manager, 30 on the players. Right, I'll tell you why. Because today, Ten Hag didn't lose possession, right? Ten Hag didn't make silly rush passes because you see Casemiro rush the pass for the first goal that we can see. Casemiro rushing, it's a long time Casemiro rushing the ball, right? Some of the decisions we making on the field, the manager not making those decisions, right? I cannot fault Ten Hag for what's his name? Delete running across, leaving the back post open, knowing that your wing back pushing high, leaving your back post because Martinez vacate his spot. I can't blame Ten Hag for them thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling Nico this earlier. These players are making foolish mistakes on the field, right? That them have to take responsibility for. Casemiro responsibility for the nonsense he do. And then the thing about it, you win, the player win the ball off your fair and square for the second mistake he make. You gain up as though it's recess.
Yeah.
And about 6 of them ready to pelt down and we three
and we jogging.
And you there gain up and the rest of players jogging back.
Yeah.
That is not Ten Hag's fault.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you, we are blaming Mr. Ten Hag. I think JP mentioned it. After 3 years, we still making the same mistakes. After 3 years, as chef keep crying, where's your style of play? After 3 years, everybody's still blazing through the middle of we park and USC and that. No, man. After 3 years, we still getting dominated. After 3 years, your players still
at home.
After 3 years, we still getting beat up from Liverpool. And I ain't talking about 3 lucky goal and the game was end-to-end. I ain't talking about we getting dominated. And it's like third game.
Yeah.
The young manager from Brighton.
School.
That was his second game. You hear 3 years, and this is what I blame Ten Hag for. You understand the fact that you can watch your team and say, well, okay, if this is the way I want to play, I had to kind of, have a short, medium, and long-term plan to get to that. So if before I get to the medium term, I had to set up the team in a way to not get bored, right? So that we don't have a donut in the midfield. When I reach the second phase of the process, I make certain adjustments. But we have to remain compact and we have to be able to stay in games. I've been honest with you, the game started off for the first 15, 20 minutes. We were looking good.
We were.
Yeah.
But that is the case for every game. We always starting from the time something happened, heads drop, and that is the end of that. And some stupid mistake and head drop and all kind of nonsense. Let me get the comments before we continue, fellas. Right? Arun on the inside, good night. Thanks for joining, man. Richard on the inside, good night to you, buddy. He said you really didn't expect nothing less to you. And look at that. And we treated and look how fans don't talk. All right. Hammond Warrell on the inside, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying best Liverpool player today was Casemiro.
I think Casemiro like he leave half time.
Oh man. Nah, that was rum talk. He didn't leave.
Oh, right, so we talk. Okay.
Yeah, he leave at full time, yeah.
Gregory on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, just remember, Big Phil wanted Casimiro to be captain.
Oh gosh.
Right? Hammond saying it. But watch my opinions could change. Nico was drinking Ten Hag juice. Now he are drinking it. So
Yeah,
these things happen.
Well,
no.
I know good to say Gregory get you're like a proper girl. Eh?
Right there.
That comment one to Gregory. But Gregory sits all the way. No, I defending my fellow podcasters. Don't come with that nonsense.
Oh, good.
You see, same one that be defending them shitums in orange, playing for Holland. Then try your best.
Greg be the one.
Mendes, the fact is, first season, Casimiro was the best thing, and he was the leader. That is why Phil said that. You feel Phil is a madman, or tonight I'm ready for you with that nonsense, you know.
Greg be the one. Scott McTominay as captain as well too.
Yeah.
Richard saying here to me, Ten Hag could tell the players what he want, but it's up to them to follow instructions. Right? We deal with Gregory already, right? He's saying here, we were told this wasn't going to be a quick fix.
Nah, but at least let me see something fixing now. Let me see something fixing.
Let me see some steps. It's 3 years, Greg. It's 3 years.
It's 3 years, boy. It's 3 years. And listen, nobody go and sit down here and say, Ten Hag getting the players, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Ten Hag getting the players, Dan. It's 3 years old. Most people here with us, you know. Dan, only remember when with Ole and Ten Hag come, all of us said is that 2-3 years it will take. But Dan, all we asking for is progression.
There we go. Now we give him time. I give him time. I said, Jed, what Ten Hag selling I drinking, and I was drinking it.
No, boy. And then you want to use...
But now that dream gone, boy. I wake up from that dream. I wake up from that dream earlier.
Nico drinking that bitter juice in second season.
Look some more of the Ten Hag juice here. Read that comment.
Yeah, let me be real. It's new coaching staff. Ten Hag won't be making these decisions on his own. Plus, players failing us more than manager, but the manager will always get the blame. Right?
First, it's no new coaching staff. Ten Hag is the head coach. So we can, if all you feel them others will come there making them decisions, them are making no decisions. All them could do is whisper little things. Ten Hag is who making decisions.
Yeah,
a man wants to tell me today that how is the sporting director and thing dictating the style of play. I had to ask him, you come out your mother boom see our.
No, because I said we no, but we're not seeing something different now. If we were seeing something different, then I say, well, but is it same rubbish?
I mean, to that point, like last game, we watched the game and say, you know what, we get licked by Brighton, but we were seeing something better. We were seeing progression the last game. We said that, but we went right back. We went right back to last season. I mean, how you could go from the last game to this game and be right back to? I mean, I felt like last season I got taken right back to the worst part of last. Right
that's
there.
Sick feeling. That's sick feeling you were having last season.
Yeah, I went right back. Oh, the whole last season just for me, like like there was no summer, there was no transfer period. I went right back.
No, that game today. That game today.
It is different. It is different when a team come home by you and then the rivalry with Liverpool.
Yeah, boy.
Every time them pass the ball, their fans going, hey!
Dan, Old Trafford push them in a little corner so, and this big dotish Egyptian could run in the corner and doing that at Old Trafford, and that in doing nothing to men, boy. But Dan, back in the day, after you do all that and you come back on that pitch, somebody hit in the tackle, you know. So these men, I don't know, boy. Read that comment.
I want to get Phil. Phil wanted to say something. Phil, just jump in. No, I just being sure and just adding to the whole. When Liverpool were passing, each pass was getting cheered on. That is a sign of disrespect in somebody else's home. in somebody else's home. You have a bunch of Liverpool fans tucked away in the corner, and they are the loudest because they're singing at the wheel, 10 hikes at the wheel, yeah, la, 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 la. And you have got that is a sign of disrespect to the highest degree. You imagine you home and somebody just walk through your front door and drink
Yeah.
your orange juice.
But
Open your
You can't
fridge.
do nothing.
And they put it in a cup, they just put it in the head.
Boy,
the
the
mouth.
drink out, the drink from the mug. Let me
And
drink out you.
they just walk to your front door, walk to your fridge, drink your juice.
And the drink from the mug, the
And what's in
bells.
your throat too,
You
eh?
walk in
And
the
then-
kitchen.
It was-
You walk in the kitchen and see them. They walk past you and walk upstairs and lock
Yeah, that's right.
the bedroom door and tell you stay downstairs till I done. That's what going on today. But that's what going on today. That week is Manchester United is top evil. But wait, we playing in Liverpool.
Yeah, buddy.
And instead of you getting some sort of weapon to defend your family, you on the phone trying to call 911 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, buddy. Javid on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying no joint side may have missed key points. Liverpool was 22 points better than us last year. I expect us to close the gap. By how many you think? I was surprised we played so high, knowing how effective the pool are in the transition. Right. Travis Mendoza on the inside. Good night, man.
Oh, Trav.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I said morning. What part of the world you is, big man?
Yeah.
That's how Fuji does talk.
Okay,
He does say morning, no matter what time of the day it is.
All right. He's saying, I'll watch the difference between our left and right wings. I didn't see no difference.
In the first half, it had no difference. The only time we saw the difference was when Ahmad come on. The only time we saw the difference is when Ahmad come on.
We could talk about why in God's name Ahmad benching.
let me talk about that.
I was not surprised.
Yeah,
I was
and above my head, a shame.
I was not surprised.
So when I see that, I say, but this is criminal, you know.
A shame.
And if I was, is the reasoning. Our commentators say that the reason why Rashford starts is if you bench Rashford, mentally that will be too tough because he's a Manchester born. So in my mind, I'm saying, so it mentally, it go mash up Ahmad, who putting in all to make the team and performing and has been our best attacker so far and get bench in a big game. So that ain't gonna affect that youth tower.
Boy, Ten Hag live and die by the sword, boy.
Nah, you got that. Yeah, it's still looking good. It's still looking
But
good.
you see Ahmad come on, like my thing is we were struggling with possession. You see when Ahmad came on and he get the ball by the half line and he managed to hold on to the ball for like 10 seconds straight, dribbling comfortably. Like two men, stop the ball, turn around, run back and forth effortlessly, relieve pressure, and pass the ball back. Effortlessly. You can't get it from Garnacho. You can't get it from Rashford. Why is Ahmad not playing?
And the thing about it, right, is, I mean, last pod, I think we had spoken about Rashford in some, we did talk about him in for a while, right? And we talk about him simplifying his game, right? But today, in the second half, I remember I said that ball Xerxes get. And Xerxes played him, and he had an opportunity for a one-on-one.
Yeah, and turn back.
And he turned back.
Yeah.
Always that.
Yeah.
Nobody double team him. It was he and that man alone.
But that happened in the Brighton game as well too.
Yeah. It really seemed like Marcus' confidence in trying to take on, face up, and then all we ask when it comes to Marcus, right? We can expect you have to have different facets of your game. At that time, you will pass. At that time, you will cut to the wing. You will try to go in. You will shoot. That is us. But it seems like Marcus get timid. So everybody want to make the point that only on Marcus' case, but Marcus gave us the two best opportunities for goal, right? His 2 crosses was 2 of the best thing for the game. But then, outside of that, what else Marcus do for the whole game, boy? What else Marcus do?
But
I
the
can't
sad
even.
thing is, you could actually same thing about Garnacho for the first half.
Yes,
Because he ain't do
it's
nothing
both of
in the
them.
first half.
I forget Garnacho was playing earlier.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
Garnacho was
So
so.
that's why
And I said this when men was singling out, men was singling out people who play bad today. I say, oh yeah, it's the whole team play bad, you know. It just has some who
I
play
find-
worse.
Yeah. I find Collier come on and look decent. Sweet debut.
The
Team Liverpool and Liverpool did it.
lit was good today in
The
moments.
let's started off pretty decent.
Started off
But that's the
decent.
thing, we are just moments, FC. We look good in certain moments
Yeah.
of the game.
But
There's no consistency throughout the 90 minutes. We have good spells, and that is it. That's it, buddy.
2 things. Like Garnacho, like in his defense, Garnacho should be on the left. In his defense.
I agree.
He still can't hold on to the ball because Rashford didn't need to be there. But he should be on the right. Left hand side is his side that he's more better on. He should be on that side if he's going to play. Next thing is, why is our cheapest signing, Majwari, playing the most consistent on the team?
Yeah.
And he got sort of falling with that rubbish too earlier. Only wait and see. He gonna sort of conform to the rubbish just now too.
You see-
When you get a chance, if you got the picture of Sir Jim Radcliffe doing this here,
Everybody had a picture because
But-
all
but-
of us was feeling the same way.
But Ale, let me just put something out there, right? Our football is so heavily dependent on our wide players being good and being confident and flying and taking on and crossing in the ball or taking shots, however, that if those guys are not on it, right, our football is go to crap. Now, Liverpool know that. This is why it was so difficult for Garnacho to make any kind of impact. And Rashford as well, because them don't realize Rashford had he's somewhere else and he trying to find himself. You understand? Now Rashford did try to take on a couple of times, You understand what I'm saying? But it was so easy for Liverpool to deal with that with not being a problem for them. That them didn't really have no issues to deal with in terms of our attacking.
But
Right,
we
and
make,
how much
we
times-
make Trent
and
look
how
like
much
a big
times-
defender.
And not only that, how much times our decisions in attack, we keep talking about it. It's not everybody see it. Bruno had the ball.
Bruno,
Bruno, see Rashford quiet it. There were
Quiet it.
three players.
Yeah. And try to put that shoot.
Xerxes making the run across. Then you had Garnacho on the left, on the right, free.
Yeah.
And Bruno chose the Rashford passing.
And he did that more than once.
Yeah.
Bruno decision making today was god awful.
But it feels like in American football, like you know, a playbook. You get a playbook and you get a season. It feels like Arnie Slot had our playbook. Like, look, you know what? I have their playbook. Like, this is what they're gonna do in this game. Are you sure? Yeah, I know exactly what Ten Hag gonna do. They're gonna make this dumb pass, and Gravenberg, you just stand right there. Just wait right there. The ball will come right to you. And Gravenberg was always right. It's like that fellas just know, like that fellas had an idea of where
Because they know that the only ball progressor in the midfield is Kobe. So when Kobe had the ball, they're rushing Kobe, right?
Yeah.
When Casemiro had the ball, or
They
when
leaving
Bruno
him.
get the ball, they're leaving them and they just marking off Garnacho and Rashford.
Yeah.
They understand that. So it's so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
It's so easy to beat we.
We make a point there. Well, and Oliver, I want men tell me the last time we score a goal from basically center of the field. We make intricate passes in the center to the goal and score. Every one that we play must come from the wing, you know.
Yeah.
So then that makes it
It's not
easy to set
sustainable.
up on us.
Yeah, and that's not sustainable. It's not
Yeah.
sustainable.
Let me just get some more comments there, fellas, right? And JP, I want to get you in on my next point here, right? Travis saying here, the right has the overlap and runners. That is with Garnacho and Mazari. But for some reason, I find Mazari don't always overlap.
He
Nah, he
don't.
really overlap.
The left
But then you see if you overlap, what happened in the back?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what's going on.
Because he more intelligent than plenty of them, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mazwari does
can't
think
do
more
that.
than, let me say, if one was there. And it's not a matter you can't overlap.
Not even a comparison.
It's not a matter. Boy, I watched one yesterday and I said, no wonder you frustrating soon, huh?
Well, I watched him yesterday and I just thank God.
I said to myself, Lord, you keep you so long, boy.
What I watched him, it was frustrating me watching him too.
Absolutely no kind of positional discipline, you know.
I had no issues. I was watching that thing
None
comfortable.
whatsoever.
Comfortable. Yeah. So Travis saying here they left Rashford to die. No runners. Dalot heading up the pitch way too early and was always also. I find that Dalot had a good game. He was one of the better players.
I don't understand this point.
I don't.
Dan Rashford is getting most coverage.
Richard saying here Kobe isn't really a DM either. That's Casemiro. Right? Also saying Rashford.
Neither is Casemiro. You're right now, neither is Casemiro.
Rashford is a coward boss.
Yes,
Right?
agreed.
Then it's on the inside. Thanks for joining. Saying Chef cooking. Right?
Yeah, Chef get in.
Yeah. Esteban on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying Rashford or nothing. That's the name of the new series.
Well, actually, that Ten slogan, Rashford or nothing.
Yeah. Philip Bilwell on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He said, "Big up, guys. I'm just here to bathe in your tears." All right.
Wow.
Yeah, Liverpool fan, boy. You know it, pal.
But keep this energy for the entire season here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing about it, we beat them. I'm getting some feedback. Yeah, we beat them last season when it mattered the most. Anyway.
Twice.
Arun saying here, so Casemiro left at halftime, then his wife posted trophy cabinets on IG. I ain't able with the toxicity always creeping from somewhere every season.
Any Saudi window still open?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we can't sell.
Got 2 days left.
No, we can't sell. We can't sell.
can't
We
sell.
can't sell. We can't sell.
Oh,
You can't sell. Not even answer him. We thin in that position. Can't sell.
No.
If we had Amrabat, we could have sell him.
Yeah.
No. Get Collier and this Kone fella. Watch me. You never
Kone
know.
need time to settle Nico. Kone
God.
is 17. Where you want to do the boy?
17 and Kobe coming at 17. Kobe
Yeah,
coming at
Kobe was-
17.
Yeah, well, Kobe come to the academy.
We have Ogate, we have Collier, and let me start the bed he in early. Anyway,
Nah, he had to get more sweat this season.
I feel he can get to this season.
The fact that I'm actually on the same page as Nico for some reason, I don't know.
I
why.
tell you, he might get some sweat this season.
He playing this season.
Well, he performing now on that 20 Tuesday. Yeah, I'm telling you, he coming into that first team.
If push comes
Who's
to
that, the
shove,
African?
yeah, he from Mali. He from the same place that is Basuma. Basuma from Mali, yeah.
Yeah. Kurt on
I
the
will tell
inside.
you something. A shame. When I saw them post the picture with him, I thought it was a joke, you know. I thought, no, boy. I thought it was an AI. The man gets so comical. I didn't realize he's an actual footballer, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, men just like to Jones my team, boy. Is then men said, no, boy, Chef, the man is really a footballer. I said, he's a footballer. He looking like them long distance runners and them.
Yeah, boy. All jokes aside, that man looked like he was at the Olympics. No jokes.
Yeah.
And he just come to take a picture with the team.
Either at the Olympics or in one of them commercial and them to put relief to Africa. Some one of them things, so boy.
Kurt on the inside. Kurt, thanks for joining, but he's saying Liverpool is actually bigger than United now in the UK.
That could never happen. I don't know where that comes from.
Kurt, stick to talking about the young boys and them. There is no way possible Liverpool could be bigger than Manchester United. Better you come and try to
maybe in footballing terms, but as a club, you know, nah.
Well, that's probably what you mean, right?
Hey, look my brethren, Palori God.
Jody, bless night, man.
Look my dog.
He's saying eat an apple or a grape or banana or some kind of fruit for your mental health.
Yeah.
The reality is that Man United is now a mid-table club. So take the thoughts out of your mind about top four finishing. Just my opinion, right? Kurt's saying here Liverpool is so he's saying he completing his statements
Yeah.
here, right? In the last 10 years, right? The middle was in shambles again today. Ahmad something the only one I see try to make a
Ahmad
difference.
was the only one.
Okay.
But going back to Jody point, Ineos not spending all that money for you Manchester United to be settling at mid-table.
Yeah.
So heads had to roll, however, for Manchester United to get back at least within the Champions League after the challenge within a year or two.
Nobody making that kind of investment. Nah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Wakanda Forever on the inside. Thanks for joining. She's saying here, really just contradict yourself. The tactics and style of play is the manager. So what you're saying makes no sense. I can't remember why you're saying that.
No, I guess you're talking about blaming the players and maybe the coach tactics. I don't know. In terms of who to blame now.
No, but I mean, it's a player like a coach not gonna make a stupid pass, right? Casemiro, I can't blame Ten Hag for the pass that Casemiro make that get intercepted because from day one, Casemiro always forcing the play. Casemiro always taking those kind of long, ambitious balls. Sometimes for Casemiro to hold on to it. I don't know if Casemiro know that he not press resistant, so he just want to get the ball off his foot as fast as possible, right? But sometimes it'll be just wise to delay a couple seconds before you make a pass, and that's
especially today. Today was a day for that. Just play the ball around. Why we trying to force everything? Why everything is forced?
And we made this point. We made this point. People keep on saying United can't play against Liverpool press. Then what? You swear Liverpool press was so suffocating. All Liverpool was doing is simple tactics. Cutting off the passing lanes. That's all.
Yeah.
And then when they realize all this sticking with the ball, they're up in your face.
But Liverpool ain't doing nothing spectacular today. Liverpool did not get out of second gear. They didn't. Three mistakes.
So JP. So hear this, right? Because I know JP had a bounce just now, right? So Ten Hag, was questioned twice between Friday and today, right? Once in the pre-match press conference, and then today after the game about the team's performance and the fact that we've been outperformed, we don't seem to have a plan, same mistakes happening over and over, and they were asking if it was a coaching issue, right? And this was Ten Hag's response, and I know Nico had alluded to it earlier, but I have it here, right? So Ten Hag saying, I don't think so, or you wouldn't win trophies like we did, to beat the big opponents. I'm sorry for you. And he was had a real chest, and he said, I'm sorry for you. After Manchester City, we won the most trophies. So my question, right? You think that his response was enough to answer the question that was posed to him? This thing about trophies, he a lie.
The thing is, the trophies we win is cups, right? And you have a cup run. And when you're playing cup games, it's about a one-off game. How it go on the day. We saved our only good performance last season for the final against Man City. Because we barely make it to the finals in the first place. The first trophy we win, that was the Carling Cup. Let me be real, that is not the most serious trophy you want to win it. The most coveted trophy in England is the Premier League trophy. If you're talking about we won the Premier League in that time, that shows a team that could play proper football over a sustained period. Because to win the Premier League, you have to be consistent week in, week out. And you can barely afford to slip. Look how hard it was. People are being on Arsenal already for drawing that game this weekend in the title run because they know with Man City they can't afford to slip. So a league, being able to coach a team to win a league is different from coaching a team to win a cup. So Ten Hag could basically be an international manager and go and coach a country to win World Cup or win Euros because he coaching the team to win cups. So you cannot show off about winning a Carling Cup and winning a FA Cup when your team finish the lowest since when? We get licks from everybody. We get licks in Old Trafford. How much people beat us in Old Trafford? We
And they
get
look
licks
better than we
away,
too.
right? We get licks from everybody. We were terrible last season. And you want to come and talk from your chest about after Man City we had the most trophies. Okay. But their team played shit last season. And that was down to how the team was coached. And we see it starting already now. In terms of the same things happening, the same mistakes taking place, the same openness in the team. And that is down to how he is coaching the team. So when I saw that comment, I just put on my foot. Because I was like, I can't deal with this kind of rubbish after we get
Yeah.
licks.
I feel the same.
3-0
I
from
feel the same.
Liverpool and 2.
I got to drop 2 comments and then I'll give it back to you guys, right? The Premier League will always be your bread and butter. Will always be your bread and butter. Look back, I remember I saw Alex Ferguson. Premier League was Sir Alex Ferguson was Mr. Premier League, right? Now this comment that Ten Hag dropped. I don't know if you guys remember under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a defender by the name of Harry Maguire mentioned, well, if I was playing shit, my manager would drop me. I don't know if you guys remember that comment. Just to paraphrase, right? That comment that Ten Hag dropped today took me back to when Harry Maguire said that. If I was playing shit, my manager would drop me. Else I'm getting picked every single weekend. And that time, everybody on this panel in the comments in Timbuktu can see that Harry Maguire was ranked shit. I'm getting picked every single weekend. Ten Hag, I saying it no. I give you until Christmas.
So long.
And don't worry, that comment from Nico is the same exact comment I got from many people today. And don't get me wrong, I do deserve that. But I give it Ten Hag until Christmas.
Ten Hag now sign a renewed contract, or he didn't sign
No,
it?
he has an extension. He had a 1 year
Did he get the extension?
Yeah, they give him a 1 year extension. They
Yeah.
not paying that off. Chef, them paying that off easy. They still want money. They dust. Them pay that off easy.
Ten Hag don't have until Christmas. I say that
No,
no.
don't. Just
Ten Hag don't have until Christmas.
That's when he stands
After,
today.
you always know better than me. After this international break, when is the next international break? Probably in December?
November, I think.
November?
November,
I'm telling you, between this international break to the next international break, if Manchester continue to play
look like
this
how we look.
level of garbage, Ten Hag on.
I agree. I think so too.
I don't know if anybody wants to jump in on this quote. I think JP do a good job in responding to that. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add to it because I want to go through the comments.
Yeah.
But I watched a press conference today, and none of the questions the reporters, because them reporters was hot today. None of the questions that asked Ten Hag.
Today.
Huh?
They come fighting. No, they come fighting today.
No.
They come fighting
I
today.
swear, like them reporters who was there today was Manchester United fans. They
No, but
come
most of them are.
real mad.
Most of them are.
They
Chef.
come real mad today, and they come at not one of the questions that Ten Hag got, he answered.
Okay, you can't hide. You can't hide.
He deflects, and his deflections on them is real nonsense.
Politician, buddy.
Yeah. He's want to play it off like if it's a thing between the English, you're not getting the English too good. You're good understanding what I'm telling you.
No, the press bad. No, I'm telling you because most of them is United fans.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't think it's because the United fans. I think because they don't like a coach talking shit, telling them shit, all week, and then they see his shit, and then he come back with more shit. I mean,
because I'm trying to sprinkle caramel syrup and pat strawberry on it and feed it to me, and it's supposed to change the flavor.
Yeah,
it's shit you're talking, dog. Don't come to try and do with that.
You want to know how bad we are? When rival fans are more concerned for your team than you know you're in a shit place. Because if two teams are really good and one team wins, then that team could boast about it and give stick.
Yeah.
But once your team is like this here to the ground, and one team is high up, and rival fans are so concerned, and they would rather talk about the other team. They would rather talk about Manchester United than their own team. You know we're in a shit place, boy.
It's clear to see, but this whole Ten Hag thing, like, I am worried that Ten Hag shows more emotion talking to the fans than he does his players when they play. I mean,
Agreed.
if I watching TV with my jaw down to the ground, I don't want to see my coach doing the same thing. And he can do something, but he just watching. He can do the same thing I do. He just watching, chewing gum, and he like do something. I get it confused because it's like you seeing for years we've watched this midfield wide open. And we're praying for somebody. I understand the day we had Collier. We didn't have really any good options. By the way, we won a cup with Aaron Bat. We even bothered resigning him on a cheap, just to cover the bases.
And that with a game on small money,
Small money. Now he with Fred. Anyway, we gotta play him later. But like I said before, we need three midfielders. Everybody had eyes know we need three midfielders. I know the team need a whole rebuild, but we needed that's the spot we need three midfielders. We need a guy to tackle, a guy that was resistance, with ball retention. We need a trap. We need three midfielders for sure. We have none today. We had Kobe Menu, who ran his. I told Kareem, it was like 15, 20 minutes in, and I looked at Casemiro next to Menu, and I said, these two guys cannot finish this game. They're already dead. Their legs are already, you can see it in their legs. As bad as Menu played, that man played his butt off to finish that game.
He did.
And he really tried. Second half, he really threw his frame. He played harder. He played a long time, and we still lost 3-0. That's how bad things were.
I personally don't find Kobe was that bad today. Anyway, but go ahead.
But like, I don't think I don't see him playing like he can't play like that for even half the season. Look at Mount.
That's not sustainable.
Look at Mount. Mount injured again, and I say why? Because Mount was one of the guys relieving the ball pressure, and pressing. And Mount injured again, and you kind of, we go back to injuries last year. You wonder, okay, is it the players? Is it the system? It might be both, but like at this point, we're on the same road because I don't see Kobe making it if he has to play that role this season. I don't see him making it.
I hope Xerxes must be. What time it is in England now? It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, 3, 4 o'clock.
Oh.
Well, I hope Xerxes now leaving Old Trafford because he supposed to have a ball machine, just point it, and he trying to finish. I am so serious.
You find he was terrible at finishing today? You find he was bad?
Xerxes was nervous today. You can tell he was nervous.
No,
he had a lot of bad passes. He had a lot of bad passes.
I don't come down on that youth because he had to come.
I don't find he had a bad game. I don't find he had a bad game. He didn't have a horrible game. He didn't have a horrible game.
He didn't have a horrible game. I would have liked him.
The ball and thing was poor.
I would have liked him to finish them opportunities he get today.
But that was an easy opportunity.
That is all. Because footballers and game are margins.
Yeah,
and them two headers, you had to score.
That ball was lofted. So he had how he jumped, he had to put real energy behind that ball.
Like the second one from Ashford.
No, the first one.
The first one from Ashford.
If he had power behind that, what's his name?
Becker.
Allison wasn't saving that.
Yeah,
that was easy. That ball was coming so slow. That ball comes slow for Allison. You understand? So he didn't pull up. He didn't have no power behind that.
He was thing, but them fellas, I personally find our midfielders had to learn to play with a striker. Like we don't be unaccustomed to playing with strikers.
But the idea behind the two passes that Rashford playing him was what we wanted. But I don't think it was. I thought this was his first game. Nerves, you know, it was a real
You can
tough
see he was nervous.
audition. I
But
I think he's a good player. He
I gotta
tied me. He tied
ask
me.
you guys. I gotta ask you guys a question. You think our players, their feet are cemented into the ground? Because I ask that because whenever we pass a ball, it's almost like the player that is about to receive the ball is waiting for the ball
To come.
to them. It's not like they're
They
going to
don't
run
go to
to
the
the
ball.
football. It's almost like they're waiting for the ball to come to them. And it's almost
Yeah,
like Liverpool
boy.
players were hungrier for the football than our players
Yeah,
today.
Mad, boy.
We made
Like
some
tactic,
passes.
that is tactic. The coach telling that everywhere you play on the front foot. You understand?
I know what I'm saying.
United players just stand up and wait for it.
Yeah.
So while they're waiting,
Nico,
like get in.
what the coach talking there? That is under 10, under 12 football, you know. A coach
Yeah.
telling you, come to the ball, you know. Not the seasoned veterans, you know. A coach is supposed to tell you, come to the ball.
I know Nico and
Yeah.
JP had a bounce, right? So
Yeah, fellas.
yeah,
All
so
right, bro.
take it easy,
Well,
man.
enjoy
Have a good
Yeah,
weekend. You'll stay safe.
Have a good weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I want to go through the comments, fellas.
Yeah.
Jody saying here Nico was drinking and
Oh,
Ten Hag tea.
Jody, he admits and he say he off now.
Yeah.
He attending therapy for that now.
Yeah. Jody you on YouTube or you on Facebook? What going on? Right. He's saying I forget. Welcome to the Man United therapy session. Yeah. Could saying here the Red Devils are the Red Sausage. I don't know what to say about United again. Right? Vivhav Samaga, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, you know what's funny? Gravenberch was the best former Ajax player on that pitch. Do you guys even know that what Ten Hag so-called Plano style is after 3 seasons?
Boy, you should have tuned in earlier to the podcast, boy.
Yeah, I feel he now reach.
Yeah, Haman saying here, I could be wrong, but I don't get that bloodthirsty fight to win every tackle. No retreat, no surrender.
Nope.
From back in the day. Yeah, I don't know what was be going on in the locker room. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Well said, Hammond.
Yeah. Esteban saying here Garnacho off and Rashford staying on was crazy though.
Dan,
Yeah, I think the whole stadium thought so. But then again, for me, no, but I be honest with you. I mean, I don't know because Garnacho was quiet until he come off. I didn't notice Garnacho, so I don't know.
Garnacho is invisible today, boy. Wait.
For me, that's a 50-50. Probably if Garnacho had gone over to the left, we might have get a little more from him. We might have seen him a little more. I don't know. But I didn't notice Garnacho until
I find Ahmad supposed to start before 2 of them, and then only decide which one of them started.
Well, I criticize Ahmad's last performance, but he was better than both of them combined.
Correct.
I think he just win man of the month or something like that last man of the month.
Yeah, he's now win that.
Player of the month.
But
Yeah.
Player of the month.
On the bench though, but he on the bench this game. So
I know they bench him. I tell you, Ten Hag is a criminal.
Yeah. Philip saying here, you need to change your motto as GGMU isn't appropriate anymore. Yeah, man. You go ahead. Kurt saying I can't see Ten Hag lasting beyond January. We talk about that already. We have saying here Salah has legal custody over Man United, by the way. His aggregate goals alone versus Man United and Man United total aggregate goals versus Liverpool is 12-9. Right, I'll bring all the stats out now, man. All right, Christian on the inside, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying I wanted a Rashford sub, but then he put in 2 great crosses that we could have scored. Rashford looking real outside, lacking confidence, but I noticed he started playing less selfish, in my opinion. That might be a good thing.
I'm starting to wonder. That's a good point, Christian, but we starting to wonder now if that's his zeal to seem more less selfish, killing his whole style of play now, because we getting. I said the same thing. He gave us 2 real good crosses, but Dan, that's supposed to be or you can tell me if I'm wrong. I find that's supposed to be the bare minimum for a player of Marcus Rashford talent and for the amount of time he had the club. If we could really say the only 2 things he do for a whole 90 minutes is 2 crosses, man.
Yeah, that's enough.
Nah,
Travis Senior, our wingers more focused on scoring than providing.
that's been so for years.
Yeah. Philip saying here there was one proper Dutch manager at Old Trafford today, and that was all right, brother. All right. Milo on the inside. Thanks for joining. Good night to you. Today alone, his decision making since the season start has been wow.
Things who we talking about? Ten Hag or Bruno?
I don't know yet. So it had to be Bruno. Had to be Bruno.
Here's Bruno.
All right. I'm doing more on the inside. Good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. He said, "Do you guys still think Ten Hag is the man to take us forward?" If he was here earlier, you'd hear we thoughts on that. All right. Milo saying here only positive today was no Scotty. Hey, yeah. Watchman,
Don't start dream now. Don't start dream.
The man didn't have Scott McTominay to bring on. And that was a positive for me.
And we don't have Scott McTominay to blame.
And Watchman, no. But that was the reason why Collier get a chance, and I find Collier did well. Right?
Yeah, the youth was. I find it had too much times that was leaving him alone and not supporting him.
Right. So yeah, I mean that too, but I think for a youth player that coming in, he showing real bravery. No, he showing bravery. He trying to progress the football. He taking on players. Collier looking positive, man. Vibhav, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. He's saying I'll be real, as a Liverpool fan, Rashford shouldn't have started. Ahmad had the most touches in the opponent's box that any Man United player had, and he came on for 20. Yeah. Kerry on the inside. Good night to you, man.
Oh boy.
Totally enjoyed the match today. The
Kerry, if you can name right now on this podcast without using Google all 45 players at Chelsea, I will send you $1,000 right now. No Google. Start typing, and I'll send you $1,000 if you can name all 45 players in the Chelsea first team.
Chelsea fans have mouth, buddy. This will really come into our NS.
Hey, you hear that?
That's why all you playing conference this season.
And they're still getting licks for them with the qualifier, eh?
Conference
League qualifier.
When I get beat by a team that is not even on Wikipedia, buddy.
Conference League qualifiers, and they can win with all the stars. Jody saying here, Nico investment or not, the reality is that Man United is a middle table team at the moment. Stop being delusional. When last Man United played good games of football consecutively is like one good games in 7 to 10 games in the past 4 to 5 years. But I mean, the point he was making is with the new owners, they're not going to allow these kind of barren cycles to continue for long before making a decision. And that's the point he was making, right?
Jody, we know at the moment how terrible the team is, but there's too much money involved to allow that the team and the club to stay at being mid-table. I think that was the point.
It's different when you spend money on a team and you in the stands watching it, and your team getting licked, and you have all the whole Old Trafford looking at you like, what's it gonna do? I mean, you see the man's face after the game. I mean, that's when you at that point in that status in society, and you put money in something and you put your name on something and it's doing that bad, you don't sit down and let it.
That's not the Glazers on them. That's not the Glazers on them who just gonna stay up in the stands when they feel to and just allow things to progress.
Yeah,
Ineos and them fellas ready to fire people.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that.
Yeah, the Glazers were never there, and you, as Simeon saying, you see Jim Radcliffe there, and you see him involved with his appointed executives
right next to him, watching that. You really think that is not 2 cents a spend, though. No, it's billions of dollars spending, to sit down in our stands. Them are spending all that money to get the best seat in the house,
Correct.
So men want to see a value of the investment.
I tell people, once you reach a certain status of life, a billionaire or owner, you just want to see results, You don't care how the people you delegate get to those results. You just want to see results. And if you're not seeing results, somebody heads gonna roll and somebody head gonna get chopped off.
Correct. Then you could say what you want with Roman Abramovich, but he wasn't accepting them kind of thing, though. If it means I have to fire a manager every season till they get it right. He will
And
do that.
the difference between the likes of Roman Abramovich, Ineos, and the Glazers is the Glazers were more concerned about profit and making money. Once they
Yeah,
get their money, them good.
yeah.
But Ineos come in and they want results.
Them is
So this
football
is
in
why,
there.
yeah. So this is why it's different. It's different, and they could see what Ineos' goals and targets are based on upstairs appointments. They try to restructure, you know. So Jody, I think you know, that cycle like repeat itself for next 10 years. At least,
Yeah.
you know, from the
We are
signing.
saying we go win the league this year, next year, but
Yeah.
can't see that staying the way it is.
Yeah. Christensen here, the great Ole Gunnar, said you can't tell progression in cup competition. You could only talk about
You
progression in the
can't.
league. And this is correct.
You
Yeah.
can't. I think that's why Ten Hag's comments is so upsetting to all of us. Because
Correct.
you basically trying to tell us, well, that if it was like that, then Mourinho and Van Gaal and them would have still be managers because and them win cups.
Correct.
Dan, we're winning a cup, as we said earlier, is bare minimum. Bare minimum. Use a Manchester United is supposed to, and I'm not talking about competing. We're supposed to be winning the league, not competing to get it. Imagine we had a study, boy, if we make it in Europe, not if we win in the league, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Kurt Sinian people was vexed when Mourinho said the greatest accomplishment was coming second. Could we have someone on the inside? Good night, thanks for joining, man. He's saying pay him off until Christmas or before, right? He's saying I'm rotted right now. Yeah, but yeah.
Boy, it's not you alone. Now, Cohen, trust me.
Enter Mr. Roy or Zidane for that job when Ten Hag get the axe by December. All right. Cohen saying here, Hag feels he can bring his Dutch philosophy in the Premier League. No, sir, more physical and tactical. All right. Richard saying here, the number 7 and the manager position curse at our club. Yes, why? Cohen saying here, playing with Casemiro is playing with a man short. He's the new McTominay. Ooh, that's a bitter disrespect. Oh, God.
Jeez, so good. Oh, Lord.
Saying Mino on that strain, right?
Yes.
Mickey on the inside, good night, man.
Oh, Mickey.
Saying, what you guys worried about? Greater things around the corner. Talk to Jody, right? Richard saying, yeah, had we scored first, it would have eased the pressure on us because it's clear our team was nervous because of the last. Yeah, but you see the thing about it, we just score and then we just
give it up as just as quick.
Yeah. So I don't know, boy. I don't know.
I can see his point that really and truly scoring is supposed to make things easier. But boy, knowing our side is worse than our baddest. So we go score and then give it up just as quick.
Yeah. Milan saying here, Bruno. Okay, so Bruno is who you was talking about.
Yeah, right? We figured as much. Yeah.
We figured, yeah.
All right. They'll have saying here, Chelsea got an orphanage, not a squad.
but there, Chelsea are all winning right now too.
Chelsea didn't win today. They didn't win today.
Yesterday was yesterday. They didn't win.
No, they didn't win at all. Yeah. Yesterday they play and they didn't. Crystal Palace draw with them.
Was today?
Yeah, it's today.
But this morning was first.
It was Spurs, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace.
SA and
banger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kerry saying, careful, you all end up conceding 45 goals before Ten Hag out.
I got you. You sweating. You know what it is? I understand. And we welcome, because Manchester is such a big team that it have podcasts for them all over the world, and all your shit teams and them don't have these kind of things. All you just have to come in. So we understand. So tune in. We willing to welcome you all because we want our likes up. So welcome. Come.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Nice
one. Don't be coming in here. I just making comments.
Don't just correct. We said it for Reem today. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That we say. They have saying here they are kidnapping players on the side. Yeah, that's what Chelsea doing, the kidnapping players, right? Hey, Christopher, the inside man, thanks for joining. Saying
Oh,
the
gosh.
future of this club is no longer dependent on any one manager or set of players. The club hierarchy is making the right decisions so far and building for future success. If Ten Hag is not the man, it doesn't matter. We will find a better one. The squad is being rebuilt window by window. Well
Agreed.
said.
Agreed.
Well said.
Great point.
Hey, Callum on the inside. Callum, thanks for joining, man. He's saying a reach. And what word is that? Historically.
I make me take off my glasses, you know. What the hell is that?
Callum, what am I?
Oh, pissed. I know. The man said he's pissed curly mad. So he extremely pissed. Okay, brother, we understand. You see, he's a wicked man. All you can say that I real pissed.
Yeah. What Callum trying to do here? All right.
Callum, you're wicked. Ain't too late for that, eh?
Yeah. Kerry saying you're careful. You'll try to buy a couple more of 45.
No, be careful. Be real careful.
Yeah, we really careful. Yes. We
That's why we didn't buy Sterling.
Yeah, we are bunks we had. All right. Vibhav saying here, I also felt that your middle line was way too high up the line. So if we bypass that line, then it's easy pickings. Ten Hag has genuinely ruined your club. I get that he's won trophies, but PL, yeah. And the thing about it is, I don't know if you all listened to Arne Slot's post-match, and he was saying, man, you play a 4-4-2, and then they switched to a 4-2-4, which made it so easy to bypass the midfield. So, Man United's heritage was dominating the Premier League, and they were the big dogs. Yeah. Christopher saying he spoke about the trophies he's won because the media keep questioning his credentials as manager. Yeah, but Christopher, they were talking about also, his coaching, right? Not necessarily the credentials, but his coaching. And if it's a coaching,
I don't really think it was his credential as a manager. It was his, as Reem actually said, it was his coaching, especially his in-game coaching. That is what I was questioning. And make sure, listen, so I will tell all of this, and Reem and them fellas know. I don't often tune into them post-match and them, because I just get irritated. But yes, I said today, let me hear what this man had to say. And it was just ducking questions. I swear his surname is Rowley. So no. He wasn't answering them questions. He was real off and very defensive about the questions.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The last couple of post-match interviews I've tuned into were probably under Jose and Ragnet because they tell the truth.
Yeah.
They tell the truth.
Callum saying here, Rashford was poor and has been poor in terms of work rate. Casemiro is just off the pace. Great servant of the game, but he's a step or two off.
A step or two? Try about 5 steps off, eh?
Nah, but Casemiro legs done, boy.
I feel we all talked out about Rashford.
See, my thing on the players, it's so difficult. Yes and no, right? But it's so difficult to judge because of the way we play. We don't really set up in a way to protect the deficiencies of the players that we have. Casemiro has its qualities, but when you leave in Casemiro in the middle of the park to run down people,
we expect.
And Simeon talk about it too. Kobe is not the quickest player, but so much time we see Kobe running back and having to run back. Callum saying here, but the issue is a team issue, not individual problems. And this is exactly what I was just saying. He said Liverpool as a team was miles ahead of us, and that's the reality of it. Yeah. Travis saying here, who is our main goal scorer? I just always say I don't care where it comes from. If we play like a unit, the goals go score. The goals go.
Yep. The goals share up. Everybody will get the opportunity to score.
Yeah. Callum saying here, we need Højlund back now. And when Højlund comes,
I don't think so.
We realize, he's not the answer.
I mean,
go ahead, Simeon.
No, we in trouble. I watched this game today and I just realized we in trouble because we've always had, when our midfield wasn't strong, we always had good strikers here and there. Whether it's Greenwood, when Martial was scoring goals, Rashford scoring goals, and if we didn't have a good, Ronaldo was here for a while scoring goals when he could actually score. But then we had the hair back, when we were scoring goals, we had the hair back there making good saves. we've always had either a good scoring option or a good goalkeeper back there to kind of hide our issues. Like we can't score. Ain't no prolific striker on our team this year. Greenwood at Marseille scoring all the goals. You know, the here at Fiorentina. I mean, yeah, you have to go. But still, he could make good saves. We don't have we can't hide anymore. And this
Yeah.
year, I feel like if Ten Hag don't fix this team this year, it could be worse than last year because we ain't scoring, and we ain't the defense ain't gonna hold up to save him. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let me get the last couple comments on and wrap it, guys. All right. Christopher saying here, Arteta is how long in the job and has only one FA Cup. We could wax lyrical about how they play, but success is not measured but how they play, but success is not measured in trophies. Not the A for effort. Well, I think he means that success is measured in trophies, not the A for effort. Challenge Cup. I don't know if I read that correct.
You see the thing about that statement. Winning cups have a way of papering over things. And let me be real. Yeah, we win the FA Cup, but we were shit for most of the season. And we continue to be that. And here's how papering a thing is, right? Had Ten Hag not won that FA Cup, do you all think he would have been here today? More than likely, Ten Hag would have been fired, and we would have had a new manager come in to try something different. Not sitting here and talking about Ten Hag.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
the chef's point, like the bigger issue is the way we won those cups. We didn't go into every game. We didn't go into every game like, oh, it's cup. This is the cup game, and we ain't playing on stuff. Good football. We just kind of, I mean, the final was a throw up. I mean, who saw that kind of game coming? But we ain't dominate the cup run.
That game against Coventry in the semis, we were pissed off.
But Remy, see today a commentator hit him that when he talk about winning cups, a reporter hit him like you all barely got past was Coventry and the team before Coventry. So don't talk like if you was convincing in them winning a cup either.
Sorry to bring up this name, but Andre Onana. I
thought we didn't have time because I wanted to ask the whole thing. But go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
I can be honest with you guys. I don't feel comfortable with Andre Onana in goal with his positioning. I have seen Andre Onana's positioning in the last 3 games, and I'm like, you said you're going to take more risk, but these are not the risks that I want you to take. I saw the goal that Salah scored, and Andre Onana had Andre Onana was like, here you go, right?
It's too much space for
it. Boy. And with the goals that we're conceding, it's almost like Andre Onana just gives up on when the ball goes to the net. There's no he's not diving for it. He's not making any attempt.
And the thing about it, and Callum, if he's still on, he might be able to I think Callum is a goalkeeping coach who used to keep or something. I think so, right? Salah get a ball, and your whole first post.
You see how fast Diaz and Salah put that ball in that corner? Because they saw him.
Look at that whole.
They saw him.
Your position and you cover you the man there, and that whole left side open. And you're short hand already, and you're trying to dive to reach one.
Yep. Both they saw him open. Them fellas know once we hit that ball one time, once we get it on that corner post, is goal.
You scoring. Callum saying here, let's analyze the 4 moments of the game in possession. We started off with purpose, but we failed far too many times to pass through, around, or over Liverpool's lines.
Yep, agreed.
And when we did, the final ball was lacking, and we have no cutting edge in front. Yeah,
Agreed.
and we lost the balls far too many times in our own defensive third, which was suicide against Liverpool. Right? I'm gonna just get the full thing we say, right? Out of possession, our marking in the box was terrible, and we allowed Liverpool players that are quality players far too much room. For example, Diaz's second goal. Right? He said the transition from attack to defense was too slow. For example, the first and second.
Yep.
Right? Transition from defense to attack was far too one-dimensional with hope for long balls into Rashford. Hey boy. And finally, Low Bald knows best. He's saying low him, right? He has won 2 trophies in consecutive seasons. That's his job. We can't agree that we need to do much better, but we can't bad talk. Nah, come on, Callum. Come on.
Callum was going real good, eh?
Come on.
Nope. I ain't accepting that, sorry.
He's saying he didn't see the last goal. He says eyes and heart couldn't take any more after the second goal. Just last comments here, guys. They have said here, Boboli, the scary situation for you guys is that these are the players brought by Ten Hag. He has brought his players, right? Onana likes to predict the possible position of the shot, maybe with short hands. Last comment going to Christopher. He's saying, how many times has Arteta carried Arsenal to Wembley? How many times has Ten Hag carried United if Arsenal continue as they are playing good football but not winning nothing? And not even making it into finals. What's that makes him successful? Would that make him a successful manager? I'm only harping on it because Ten Hag has proven he's a winner. I have faith that he can get into our players.
All right. Europa League. I mean, we see what happened in Champions League last year. All right.
Well, we go see, guys. We go see. Right, and Callum closing it off with his famous statement: "Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't." Ten Hag win 2 trophies. All right. So, fellas, we go call it a night with that one. Right. So, everybody, thanks for joining the therapy session this evening. You know, we were hoping that we would not have to conduct a therapy session so early in the season now, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I mean, we're in a 2-week international break, and as I said in the last pod, you know, we were hoping that we would not suffer. Because after your loss, you're always so kind of eager to make amends, now, so you could feel
the bounce back.
Yeah, but we had to wait 2 weeks, and we had to wait 2 weeks to see Ugarte. You know, the good thing is that Shaw will be back when we come back.
That's a good thing.
But for how long?
Hoyland will be back. You know, so we have more options. And that's the only positive thing. You know,
Gonna be interesting to see who playing right back.
And yeah, because Dalot playing good and Mazzaro looking good too. So I think that's a good headache to have, right? And also, fellas, let me just pray that none of we players get injured on international unity. That's all, right? So it was nice. Phil, Chef Simeon, and even Nico and JP who had to jump out earlier. Guys in the comment section, thank you very much for all the comments, for all the likes and shares and subscribing on the YouTube channel. Yeah. So again, we have a little 2-week No Man United worries. Have a good night. See you in the next one.